I believe it's been about 3 months since I've done a video talking about how I'm doing, what my plans are for the channel, moving out of Alaska, and sort of a personal update. And I kind of was sitting here, I ended the stream and I thought, you know what I wanted to do? I kind of wanted to do like an unedited monologue and just talk to the people that have been watching for a long time and give you an update on everything in life and all that. So that's what today's video is. Well, first thing I want to talk about is let's just get it out of the way, channel plans for the future. Gee, these are real obvious. It would take me like 30 seconds to explain. You probably can already guess it. Diablo 4 expansion October 8th. We'll be playing that. Who would have guessed? November 15th, Path of Exile 2. Who would have guessed? We're in a little bit of a content drought right now, I would say personally. There's not a lot really going on in the ARPG space. You have the Dwarven Realms released yesterday. That's a pretty good game for $10. You have the Last Epoch Cycle refresh, but they had to push back their major new cycles for a while. So we're, the Path of Exile Gauntlet's going on right now if you're someone who's a Path of Exile 1 enjoyer. But other than that, it kind of feels like D4 expansion and PoE 2 waiting room. So I'm just kind of big chilling. I've actually been playing a lot of like casual games lately and going a little bit back into MMOs as well. Played like a banger game, Trading Card Simulator for a couple of days. Super fun. Played an MMO with Throne and Liberty. That one seems not bad. But if I'm being honest, maybe this is something you can relate to. Maybe this is something that like I'm just crazy and people can't relate to this at all, but I've been having a bit of a problem like the last couple of weeks. I don't know if it's like minor depression, vitamin deficiency, ADHD or whatever, but I've been having a problem. I'll like download a new game, try to get into it, play it for an hour, get bored already. The games that I have loved forever, like I'm having problems getting engaged in. I just feel like I'm having problems getting sucked into a game. This never really normally happens to me. Like I'll normally find a game, get super into the game, go for a while, but lately it's definitely like a me problem. Like I'm playing these games, I'm having problems getting sucked into almost any game. Although I will say that Trading Card Simulator game sucked me in for like 10 hours straight on a day. I downloaded that one, didn't expect to like that one as much. I'm actually finding myself enjoying like casual chill games way more than I ever have before. I've normally been like a hardcore, grindy, Maple Story, old school RuneScape, like MMO type of guy. I played Star Wars Galaxies. That one was kind of grindy, but not as bad, I feel like, as some of the others. But lately, maybe it's like when you hit like your 30s or something, I've been enjoying relaxing, not caring at all about competitive stuff remotely or my progression. I mean, I'm still woodcutting in RuneScape to get 99 woodcutting, like, calm down. But for the most part, I've been kind of just playing these chill, relaxing games like off stream on my PlayStation, like on console with a controller. This is something that I normally do not do at all. Okay, I lied. One edit because I went off talking about Balatro for about 35 minutes, in which if you haven't played this game, it's like a poker roguelike game. Can't get started on it. I'm going to have to edit it out again, but the game is a banger. I basically lost a week of my life to play in that game. And it's just a perfect example of the weird like shift that's kind of happened to me over the last like 2 years, I would say, where I find myself like starting to go from, hardcore MOBA only grind. I must, be high rank in PvP and MMO, like all of this stuff to like starting to enjoy, Overcooked, like on the console with a controller. Like this is a very different dynamic that started to happen. So I hope someone out there can relate to this because it's single player games too. And I'm going to go off on this rant forever. I'm sorry, but single player games too. That is something that I've never really been super into, but I started playing single player games like adventure story type stuff. I'm talking games like Detroit Become Human. Okay. Like stuff that there's really no multiplayer in it at all that are just super enjoyable to play. Like I'm kind of going back through and starting to pick through some of these. Like I never played The Last of Us, to give you an example, because I never really had a PlayStation until of late. So I'm probably going to pick that one up lately. But that's kind of, I got to close this topic because this is going to monopolize this update video and be like a 15-minute rant. All right, had to cut it a little bit short because I went off on another monologue about Trading Card Simulator. Again, banger of a game. You should try that one, but it's not really the entire purpose of this video. I wanted to update you on everything that's going on. So let's talk about moving out of Alaska. This is a common topic. If you've been watching, if you've been watching the last like 6 months or a year, you would have seen videos talking about this. And I did a lot of looking at a lot of different states, and I have not come to a conclusion on in which state to live. I started this way by looking at nine states with no income tax, like Washington, Nevada, Tennessee, etc. Because I figure, okay, I work for myself, through YouTube basically. basically try to be smart with your money and go somewhere you're not going to have income tax on top of it. But then you start looking and adding up the other taxes, and it all kind of seems like a little bit of a wash depending upon where you go. As long as you're not in a state like California or something where the taxes are really high, you can go to a lot of other places. And I looked at Tennessee, and then people in Tennessee were like, don't move here. And then I looked at Nevada, and then people in Nevada are like, don't move here. And I've had people recommend other places. So I'm struggling. I'll be honest, I am struggling to find where I should move. I have family that wants to move too. So we've been in discussions with, basically my parents are getting older. They're starting to get to the point where they're thinking about sort of retiring outside of Alaska. Because to be honest, if you've lived in Alaska your whole life, I've been here 33 years, at some point you will get tired of shoveling snow in the winter. Maybe you still love what Alaska's beauty is. It is a very beautiful state, but at some point you'll probably get tired of the winters here. And I think that's starting to set in to my entire family. So, everyone kind of is in position, even my brother, which is interesting, is kind of in a position where we're all thinking at the same time about moving out of Alaska. So I don't know where I want to move, to be honest. A lot of people recommended New Mexico, and I looked in New Mexico, and it seems like it might be affordable. And some of the other places people recommended that's a little bit more temperate, closer to our climate, it's like Colorado. But then I look there, and it's like, that's expensive. So trying to find a place that's affordable, in which I can get a house, because to be honest, my credit's not like super amazing or anything, so got to put a big down payment and all that. Try a place that can actually afford the house. Hopefully it's a cheaper house, doesn't have crazy taxes, and I kind of like more rural. I'm not a big city guy, I like people, but not like a ton of people, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of looking more rural, et cetera. So basically what I'm saying is if you have suggestions, leave them down in the comments, because I have looked up basically every city people have recommended, their states and reasons. I've been doing a lot of research, and I have had a lot of suggestions from people. And we've had a lot of people come by the live streams and like suggest a place, and they'll pull it up on Zillow, and we'll look at the houses there, et cetera. So even if you want to come by the live stream and drop a recommendation, I'll pull up some houses and areas you recommend and take a look at them. That's something that I've actually grown to enjoy doing, is browsing houses. That's kind of become a staple of the stream as well. But that's where we're at moving from Alaska. I am here at least into June of next year, because that's when my lease is up in this place that we are currently renting. This is just a 3-bedroom here that we're currently renting. And we're going to move out basically as soon as we think we financially can afford to do it without being stupid, as well as settle on a location that seems to have the good combination of tax and temperature. That's kind of where we're at. Where that is yet, I don't know. We're leaning towards New Mexico, maybe Tennessee still. But like I say, every time I look at these places, there's something that there's an issue for. So I'm not really 100% sold on the location yet. This is probably where I could once again use people's suggestions. Tell me what your hometown's like, why you enjoy it. I actually do read these comments. Little known fact, I read a significant amount of my comments on the YouTube channel. I did at the launch of it, and I still do. And I read almost every message on Twitch. Sometimes I'll miss some on the stream because I can be, playing a game on hardcore or something, and so we'll leave a message and I'll miss it. But we have a lot of people that come by the live streams and suggest where to live. And when you do come by the live stream and suggest where you live, I pull it up on Zillow and I look at the location you're suggesting and look at houses. It's become a little bit of a staple of the stream. I actually quite enjoy doing that. I think it's rather fun to look at houses. I browse houses off stream too, because again, we're trying to figure out where to move. But we are here at least until June of next year, due to that's when the lease ends. I'm trying to figure out where my family wants to move, et cetera. So there's a bunch of factors going on. But if you have any suggestions, the criteria are price, tax structure, temperature, decently rural. I say by decently rural, I mean like an hour or two from a Walmart, really, and somewhere hopefully that doesn't have as much snow as Alaska. That don't mean it has to be 110 degrees year round, but you can even have a winter. But as long as it's affordable, it has like a 3-month or 5-month winter, as opposed to like the 8-month winter that you really get used to in Alaska. That's basically what we're looking for, and we'll try to figure out if that can happen. So hopefully by next year, we're actually making significant progress to move out, and it will be a very realistic dream. So this might actually be 2024, might be the last year in Alaska, and by the end of 25 being out, hopefully. I really like doing these vlog style videos. I know they're not normally what the channel is based around, and they're maybe only interesting to you if you are interested in me personally as opposed to the games that I cover. But what I've started doing is doing some more of these just like talking, type of ones over on my original channel. This is the just Darth Space Microtransaction or at Darth Microtransaction. You can find it here. And I've been kind of uploading some more of just chatting ones, opinions about games, less edited stuff. And I think I'm going to start putting more of those out on those channels too, because it's almost like therapeutic to come up here and talk to the audience and just kind of let you know how I'm doing or what I've been interested in, as opposed to just game reviews and more of the edited stuff. So if you enjoy these, maybe check out that other channel, because honestly, I enjoy making these style of videos probably the most out of any content I've ever made. I really just like talking to the audience. So that's about it. I love you all. I really hope you're having a great day. Thanks for continuing to support me and the channel. And thanks for your suggestions on where to move, because I will actually be looking this up. That's about it. Have a good one.